Hey guys, how are we doing? So it's Crypto Insight UK here, back with another YouTube video. It's 3:24 PM on the 3rd of August. Sorry I've not been that put much content out today. After I said I've had a few days off, which I did over the weekend. Put some content out yesterday. Had a bloody migraine last night. Don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but yeah, I had a migraine last night, so it is what it is. I'm still away with the fairies. I have prescription medication, so yeah, I feel a bit like blah today is probably the best way to describe it. But what I wanted to do, as we're still in this retracement for Bitcoin, we've already talked about it yesterday. Key level support, obviously we don't want to break below 33. I wouldn't like to see us come down below 36.8. I don't think we will. It'd be cool if we could get a daily candle close. Although we have wicked all the way down to 37.7. I'd like to see the body of the candle close above the 200-day moving average on the daily for Bitcoin. Let's have a quick look at XRP, and what I'm going to go into today is really how I'm going to play this market towards the end of this market cycle. We're going to start talking about that, where I think XRP is going to go, where most of my portfolio is, what I'm going to do with it. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second anyway. I'll quickly show you what I think XRP is doing. XRP is currently stuck between the 50 and the 200-day moving average. As you can see, the volume is still pretty low. We do want another day like this to help us break above that 200 and turn that 200 into support, because at the minute it's acting as resistance and the 50 days acting as support. The inverted though, obviously, because it's still bearish. We'd like to see us break above that 200. If we can do that, we can then turn this back into a bullish cross, and then we're off to the races, in my opinion. Start reclaiming from these levels to get us up above that 90-cent mark would be, we're looking fine and dandy if we can start holding that as support. So let's just get straight into it. This is off the cuff because I already know what my plan is, but let me just say what I think is going to happen. This is my personal opinion, nothing else, not financial advice. What I'm planning on doing with the money that I think is going to be made this year for myself personally. So we'll just take this XRP chart because it's a lot cleaner. So we talked about it before with fib retracements. So a full fib retracement. Whoops, daisy. Give me 1 second. Would take us up to between 11 and $13. I personally think we could hit anywhere up to 15, or even we could go on a extended run with something like XRP should everything go in our favor. But let's just stay conservative and say that we go to between 10 and 13 to $15. What are my take profit plans? So just over $10, I will take probably around 20% of my position, and then continue with taking profits all the way towards the $13 to $15 mark, and between that time I will take, including that 20 that I've started with, so that's already 20%, I will take a further 30 to 40% of my position, of the original position, so that's 60%, up to 60% altogether by $15. And some people might say that's a silly thing to do, but then from there, what do? Okay, if we have any kind of retracement back to any levels of $5 or below, I will keep 50% of whatever I've taken out on the side to rebuy into XRP at those lower prices. So I will then have exactly the same amount of XRP that I already had, and also the cash sitting on the side. So that's my plan. And if it does to continue to rock and roll, absolutely brilliant. Still got 40% of my bag left. Let's see it get up to those big marks, $40, $50, whatever the outside price predictions are, $30, $22. I've seen all those sorts of prices thrown around. So if XRP just retraces to $10, that would be equivalent of what Ethereum has topped out at so far, and you can see that within its Fibonacci retracement. So there's a 2.618 level. It's probably halfway between the 2.618 and the 3.618. So if we go back down to XRP, I can show you why I've got that drawn in there. So the 2.618, 50% between 2.618, it's about here. Depends on which chart you use, but yeah, it's around here. It's $10 sort of area. And the same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin top just over the 3.618. And if you want me to show you that, I don't know if I've got a fib retracement drawn here. No, I've not, just my Elliott waves. There you can see it just topped just over the 3.618, as you can see here. So that's why they're drawn in there onto XRP. So then let's say I do I do take up 60%. Let's say I take 60% of my portfolio up. 50% of that goes back into XRP. The rest is cash, free cash, essentially, because I'll have my exact same XRP bag still. What am I going to do then? I will probably invest into property, or maybe just go and I might lock up in some DeFi, different DeFi, get some percentages off that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%, whatever I can find. Just while I decide what I'm doing, I probably won't draw it all out in cash. I probably won't draw much out of it in cash at all, unless I can find some kind of tax relief. So I think, and there's an entrepreneur's relief in the UK where you can take up to £1 million, pay 10% tax on that. Whether I do that or not, I don't know. By the way, it won't be $1 million. If I take 50%, just so you have kind of an idea of where I am. But what will I do with it? I think with the money that I'm making, with the money that I would make there, I could get some decent returns, even off just staking or those sorts of things. And what I would do is wait to see if we do come back into a bear market, and if we do, I will re-diversify my portfolio into crypto. So what I mean by that is I won't put it all in, because I want to be risk averse. I want to do whatever I want to do with my life for the next 3 or 4 years. That would be enough money for the next cyclical bull market to come around. Should we go into a bear market after that, I would have enough in the bank to live a decent lifestyle wherever I want for the next 3 or 4 years until we look towards the next bull market. But so what I've done so far, my investing strategy, when I first got into when I first put my savings into crypto this year, obviously I knew about crypto and held crypto back in 2016-17, rode through that bull run, and then this year in like October, November time, I think it might even have been September, I put most of my savings into crypto, or drip fed it between September and December. And I've started off with a big range of cryptos from, if you look on this right hand side, this is some insider information for you guys. I've never actually shared this with you before, really. So on this right hand side, basically all the cryptos in this list, so you can slow your screen down if you want to. So basically all the cryptos in this list I have at some point held this year, in that period, and then I've cashed them out at my take profit target. So what I did was I bought into these projects, so HBAR, Electronium, MIR, Dash, Graph, Solana, BNB, Bitcoin Cash, Avalanche, TLM, 1inch. All these projects I diversified into the start of the previous run that led up to Bitcoin's first top, or in my opinion, Bitcoin's first top. And I had take profit targets of either just around or just above the all-time high, because my game plan was always to cycle my diverse portfolio into XRP and ride XRP's pump, which normally comes towards the end of the market, to make the biggest potential returns. And that's because, well, if you make 200% on something and then you times that by another 200%, you make 400%. But if you make 200% on something and it only goes up another 50 to 200% more, you actually, to 50 to 100% more, you won't make the same return. So let's say, I'll give you, that's not a very good example, I haven't got the words out very well there. Let's say for VeChain, for example. Made some good purchases on VeChain, not going to lie to you. I was in VeChain around here. 1 cent, I think I got in at less than a cent, like around this sort of area, to VeChain, and I took profits around this sort of area. No, 9 cent around here. Where are we? Yeah, March. Yeah, I took profits around here, and then I cycled that into XRP in March. Where's March? Which was around here. Sorry, around here. Good timing. So let's say I made 10x on VeChain. I then put that into XRP around this sort of stage, and it went up to 190. So then that actually means you make like 40x on your money, rather than if VeChain just kept going to like 20 cent, then I would have made like 15x. So that's kind of how it works, because obviously you're timing the percentages by each other rather than just increasing the percentages. So that's just to give you an idea of, I know if it doesn't really make sense because I haven't really got words out very well, it's because of my migraine, sorry guys, but basically what I'm saying is, have a diverse portfolio when the market is super bearish, and then when I think it's going to become bullish, like I still think we are in for this next big leg up in the bull run. Either way, like I've still made a decent amount of money, but I think I'm going to make a lot more from this. It's a gamble on putting it into XRP and seeing if that rises. But we talk about XRP all the time. I know I've done my research. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm holding. We've got all the catalysts of everything that we always talk about: the well-reserved currency, wild card, your lawsuits, your everything that we talk about. We've got all of that. So yeah, I have a diverse portfolio. I consolidate into an asset that I think is really going to take off. I'm going to wait for that to take off, and then I'm going to cash out a lot of my profits. Let it keep going. If it keeps ripping, it keeps ripping. Great. And then one day we will come back into a bear market. It may be a while though. I don't think we'll be there until the end of this year, early next year. Maybe even later than that. It could be another year's time. I think we're going to into extended cycles now. But at some point, don't get me wrong, I do think we will have a big crash and correction in crypto and stay down there for a little while. And when that happens, I will re-diversify and do the same sort of structure again. Although, actually, because I've made more money this time, I might be more... I might spread my risks a bit more and just hold some projects I think will be around long term. And just try and stake, etc. with Ethereum. Get an Ethereum node. Just try and make some returns that way. Because I do think crypto will be around long term, so I do want to hold it long term. But for now, I'm trying to make the biggest percentage return on the money that I've got to invest. So there's basically been my plan. Yeah, there's not really too much more to it. It might seem quite basic to everybody. But that's basically been my plan so far. I may take a tiny bit just around all-time highs, but if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't want to. The only reason I would do that is because I haven't been on holiday for a long time, and I'd probably just take enough to go on a decent holiday. So like less than 1%, 1%-ish. Less than. Yeah, just wanted to let you guys know where I stand with my portfolio. Want to be transparent with everybody, and I hope this can help somebody have an idea of at least what I'm doing. It's not financial advice for anybody. It's just literally exactly what I'm personally doing myself with my portfolio and what I'm looking for going forwards. But yeah, like I said, I hope this helps. Again, the market, we're still kind of crabbing. We're waiting for any confirmations up or down, which we haven't got yet. I'm waiting personally for the EMAs to cross bullish for XRP on the daily, and also Bitcoin on the daily. We need a bit of a bump out of here, and I think they could be crossing bullish by 2 weeks time sort of thing. They'll probably cross about here. But yeah, let's see what happens. If we get a big green pump out of there, we could cross way before that by a couple of days. But I hope everyone's good. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section. And I will be back live streaming, etc. tomorrow, should my head be a lot better and I don't like so much of a zombie. But I hope everyone's had a great day, and I'll speak to you then. Peace up. A-Town down, as Usher would say.